What's that, Jess Elmer song?
Not bad.
Do you know the one I'm talking about?
No, this is Jess Elmer. Do you know the one I'm talking about?
No.
Can I get a moment?
Oh, wait, yeah.
Can I get a moment?
To myself.
Yeah.
Why are you listening to Jess Melville?
I'm not sure. What's the other one? What was the one we were doing before we hit record tonight?
Trumpets.
Oh, yeah. All at the same time, ready?
Oh, shit.
First day go.
This is episode 68 of the MacPack Podcast.
G'day and welcome to the MacPack Podcast.
We're back.
My name's Jake McKenna and to my left, this week in order of the tamest start to 2022, it's my little brother Joe. How are you, Joe boy?
Jake, I had a lovely New Year's Eve. Stayed in, made cocktails, watched Daredevil. It was great.
Sounded very tame. And tomorrow coming in at 6'1". As it does each and every week, it's baby brother Packer. We call Junior Boy. How are you?
Me and my main man, Big Ed, had a huge night, and we're going to break it down very soon.
Big Ed. Boys, we've got so much to chat about on this week's episode of the MacPack Podcast. We just launched the website. We've got plenty of merch stuff to chat about.
Yeah.
We went away on a little holiday last week, which was absolutely lovely.
Yep.
You've got a story about an old man, I'm hearing, Junior Boy.
Yes.
And you've got an everyday hero about a bloke from work.
Yes, a lovely everyday hero. I'm coming back. I haven't had one in a while.
Very
That's kind of
excited,
looking
very excited. We also debate Douth, and I give you a MacPack life hack about topic holidays. It's a massive app, so let's get into it. Boys.
Brother Mingo!
How are we all? Are we all well?
It's good to be back.
We're in the new year. How about it?
We
in the
are.
new year,
We're
and we
officially
gotta-
in the new year.
Fuck yeah.
Last week the episode came out, but
We
we...
were faking it.
Yeah, we lied. We lied. We actually
We're time travelers.
recorded that before
Yeah.
the episode that came out the week prior.
Holy shit.
Cheeky dogs.
We pulled the wool over your
You
eyes.
didn't even fucking know.
It's a cheat. What do we call it? The
You noobs.
Movie magic. We also there were bits where we said like
Scumbags.
in the episode we were like, oh, we're back outside. We
Yeah.
hadn't even been outside at all.
Idiots.
cheeky. There you go. Peek behind the foreskin.
Yeah, I remember-
Boys, what's been going on? How was New Year's? How was the celebrations?
Mine was lit, but Joe didn't get up to much, did he?
Joe had a very quiet one by all reports.
Yeah.
What went on, Joe?
Yeah, so we had tickets first to Snack,
Got
which we
canned.
bought because we thought the map looked really fun. It had like little silent disco,
Yeah, okay.
DJ rides and stuff.
Oh.
But then we ended up buying tickets to go to the GOG New Year's because it's a lot closer.
Yep.
And we didn't want to have to pay for like those, those New Year's surging Uber prices.
Yeah.
We didn't want to have to cop that.
Yep.
Fair.
And then they all got cancelled, so cop the refunds.
Hell yeah.
And we stayed in. What made cocktails?
Nice.
Watched Daredevil.
Very nice.
Daredevil on Netflix. Would recommend. Very good show.
Hell yeah.
It was a great day. Didn't have to go out. Didn't have to see anyone. It was fantastic.
There you
Fuck
go.
yeah. I had like the complete opposite.
What'd you do?
I was meant to be going to Goggage, but did not go.
Goggage.
So I had 3 house
The old
parties.
synagogueage.
Three house parties, which I mentioned. But my favourite part of the night, so I went to the first one, was like a prees with the boys. Did you see that?
I can't remember.
I'm sure. No,
Did
did
I?
you see what I just showed you on the way?
Oh, no.
Oh,
Sorry.
good, because it's a little something for later.
Oh, another peek behind the...
Yeah, almost. You'll see. And so, yeah, went to the first one.
Yeah.
Just a boys' party. You know how it is.
Lads on,
pretty
lads
tame.
on,
But then I
lads.
went to this one of my mates was having a house party at his grandparents' house.
Hell yeah.
Grandparents are like multi-millionaires and live on the river in Shelley.
Were they home?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they were up and about. They were chatting to us.
Where the grandparents were.
Yeah. They're pretty young. Like, yeah.
Like how old? 60?
Yeah, like 67.
Oh, yeah.
Like, yeah, they're not like old. Anyway, so we were there for the big event, like the tick over,
Have they got names?
Oh,
Do
yeah.
they listen to the
which
podcast?
is my favourite part, Caleb James's grandparents.
Oh,
Oh, really?
Funny story about Caleb James,
Shout
real
out to
quick.
Caleb James.
So Caleb featured on an episode like a long time ago.
Yeah,
a few
we
months
prank
ago.
called him.
But I was with Caleb on the weekend, and he was telling me that his little cousin started listening to the podcast. His little cousin is 11 years old.
No.
And I said less C words.
Yeah,
and
let's try tonight. Let's do none.
there we go. Wow. And
Yeah, maybe that could be a resolution.
yeah, so Caleb told me that his 11-year-old cousin now has a podcast because he started listening.
Oh,
to
what?
us and
He's got
gained
his own?
inspiration. Yeah.
What's it called?
I'm not too sure yet. Caleb hasn't told me, but
Okay.
be sure to listen. When it
Yeah,
comes out.
that's
That's so
huge.
Anyway,
Good on him.
at Caleb's, it was like around.
He just swears.
This is how you do it. That's right.
It was 11:55 p.m. 5 minutes, and I was on the double blacks. Eddie was on like 2 bottles of vodka, so Eddie was like, Big Ed, of course, was getting on. So me and Big Ed made our way to this party, and we were popping off. It was pretty lit.
We talk about Big Ed a lot.
Yeah.
Have we ever shared an image of what Big Ed
We're gonna on Friday.
represents? Okay, cool. Because he's almost become like a main character.
Oh yeah,
But he's a figment of a lot of people's
I saw
imagination.
this other chick at a party a few weeks ago that I didn't know, and she came up to me and was like, "Oh, I listen to your podcast each week." And I was like, "Fuck yeah, this is Big Ed." As if like he's one of the guys on the potty, which he basically is at this point.
Did she know him?
Well, yeah, she was like, "Oh, I'm not up to that yet." She was at like Ep 30, so before me and Ed were friends. No, I'm joking. Anyway, but yeah, it got to like 12:55. I was like, "This party's like lit, but it's not lit." And I was like, "We're on the river," and Caleb also, his grandparents also has a swimming pool. So I was like, "Eddie, you know, it's gonna have to be done. Let's get in. Come on, let's do it." So we both stripped down to our jocks.
Oh, nice.
And we got in the pool for a bit.
Was anyone else swimming?
Yeah, but way before us, like 3 hours before we got there. People were
Okay.
there like,
Like during the
Sunset,
day.
yeah.
Lovely.
This is
Anyway.
a party with girls and guys.
"Yes, sir."
Okay.
And we're popping off in the poolage. I wore my festive underwear that I got from a Secret Santa from work.
Oh yeah.
Which said ho 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 all over them. I wore them because I knew that I was going to be getting in the water. And so me and Ed, we got in, and then it hit midnight, and we're watching the fireworks on the river. And I was like, "Eddie, mate, let's get in that river." And this is me and Big
You
Ed.
went in the river after you went in the
river.
pool. So you went in the pool first?
Yeah, poolage, then
And
river,
then river.
back in pool, then back to the third party.
Oh, this
This is
is a
me and
bit.
Ed.
Oh, my.
Oh, I feel like I did see this.
I
at
have
some
not
point.
seen this. This
Yeah,
is.
that's just sex appeal right there.
Why are you both holding your crotches?
Oh, Eddie's not. I'm holding mine. Lucky I was, because there were people taking photos before this, and I wasn't holding it. But this is the money shot.
Yeah, it's a shot. I don't know how much money.
Yeah, that's what I was getting up to on New Year's. So
That
a
wi-
little bit more lit than Joey, clearly.
Yeah, that's interesting.
It's a good way to start the new year.
Did you swim across the river? Is that
Fuck no, bro.
Why'd you just get
what
in
did you do?
it?
You just stood in there,
Oh no, we got in. It was really,
ankle deep,
it was really,
like a boss.
it was really slimy actually.
Everyone at the party. Damn, look at those guys getting their ankles wet in the river.
It was really slimy actually, which was
It's so
kinda
gross.
scary. Yeah.
The river sucks.
We used to go canoeing for outdoor ed.
Yeah,
And like
it's-
one of the things you have to do is make sure that if you're in a canoe and you like flip it, you can get back in, like a survival thing.
Yeah.
So one lesson, we're all in year 10, and teacher's like, all right, everyone go to the middle of the Swan or whatever that river is. and he's like, all right, everyone tip yourselves over and then try and get back in.
Fuck yeah.
And so we all did it. It's like, it's not too hard.
Mm.
And then we come back in, everyone's covered in
Slime.
slime.
green- it's
black
green mud,
slimes.
yeah.
It's like
Yeah, shit's fucked up.
the stuff
bro.
they pour in the Springfield River that makes the fish have 3 eyes.
That's what you
What
want.
did you get up to, Joe?
We had a house party. Similar to what we were talking, I think would have been last week or 2 weeks ago whenever we sat down last time.
Getting your jocks?
And we were talking about like house parties during the day and we're playing a few games.
Oh, yep. Oh, that's what you got up
Turns
to.
out, yeah, like a day later we got
Oh,
invited to
yes.
this gig and it was like a proper,
That's pretty cool. You guys were
Oh,
like
yeah.
color
Beer Olympics and
coordinated in
stuff.
your teams.
yeah, a lot of the girls were very organised. A lot of the blokes were
Yeah.
just there for
Oh, yeah.
piss.
What-
It's funny watching the blokes rock up because we're just there for like,
The piss.
we'll play, like we're not really interested. We're just there to like chat, have a yarn.
Mm.
But everyone else seemed quite competitive.
What games were there?
I couldn't tell you. There was beer pong,
Yeah.
Classic.
but it was like a very customized version, and it wasn't really.
How do you customize beer pong?
We played like sideways, like we played a long way at a table.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a bit. Anyway, it was a bit tough.
Some deep shots. The 3-pointers.
No, they were shallow because we're only playing like this. Like this. Was
Oh.
yeah.
What?
Oh, that is weird.
Yeah, it was a
Some
bit
layups.
strange. Yeah, it's
There
a
you
proper
go.
proper slam dunks.
Fuck yeah.
But it was alright. It was a good time. It got it took a while to get late because we got there quite early. We got there at like fucking 5 o'clock.
Yeah, we dropped you.
Yeah, and I was like, oh. By the time we got to like 9, 10 o'clock, I was like, man, this is like
Bit
it's
much.
taken a while. Between 12, because I didn't get home till about 3:30, 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
That went quick. Between 12 to 4 went quick, but yeah, between 5 to 9 did not.
Shit.
There you go.
Hell yeah. It's weird when it ticks over because I actually think that New Year's Eve might be my favorite day of the year.
Oh
It's
no.
good vibes.
I think it was only last episode that we said
Did
it
you
was
say
overrated.
I didn't say it was. You two were. It's just good. I was at work all day. It's just like there's just something different about it. Like everyone, all the customers were like, "I have a good New Year" and everything. Like everyone was just really sweet.
Yeah, it is
Whenever
nice.
I help them out, it was
It's
just
cute.
like, everyone wants to turn a new leaf. Everyone's very excited for like what's gonna be.
Yeah, and then they go back to normal.
Yeah.
Their normal shitty
And then
selves.
shitty customers back at it again.
Boys, welcome back. Looking all tan, boy.
Yeah.
So tan.
Looking all tan. Did you notice the tan we got?
Tan line.
It wasn't until
Bro, I have a fat tan line on my ass.
Oh, show us.
Okay.
I think that's just your ass crack. That line. That's not.
No, legit though, because I was like, I'm not that like dark, but then when you see my booty,
Oh.
it's pretty white,
Oh.
and then it goes back to real dark.
Yeah, it wasn't until I jumped back in the shower when we got back from our
Ooh.
little trip.
First shower of the week, was it?
No, we had showers when we were down there. We're not like
No, animals.
bush league.
Anyway.
And that was when I noticed how brown town I'd become, which was good.
Very cool.
Yeah,
What about it though?
nothing.
It's just chill being tan.
Yeah, it's just nice.
It is pretty
It's a chill
to be
though.
It's weird
outside.
though, because like, obviously you are.
Majority, have you noticed throughout the podcast, majority of the stuff is us saying something and Riley go, it's weird though how, and then he just like tears into something that is just
I'm
not,
trying to make
that's-
TikToks, bro.
that's
What are you?
just, that's just not weird ever.
Alright,
Oh
well,
yeah. He what was it? He spikes the lens. It looks directly into the camera.
It's
and
weird
winks.
how. Go.
trying to get that.
Do it again.
fucking
Do it again.
joke
Okay.
in.
Do it right now. Come on.
But I forgot what I was gonna say. No, yeah, it's weird how like in winter you don't really understand how like white you are until it hits summer, and then you get tan, and then you see your booty, and you're like, "Fuck,
Yeah,
I'm
really
white
wild.
as."
Yeah.
I wonder if my booty, like, if my face looks like my booty in winter. Do you reckon? And that's why I do it.
Can we get come July, let's get a phase booty colour match tonage, yeah? We'll go into like Bunnings where they do like all the paint
Yeah.
colours.
Yeah.
We'll grab one of those, what do they call them? Swatches.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we should do. Maybe we'll do that this week. We'll get a
Couple of
swatch.
stickers.
You ever see the?
You can't say that.
We already got one tattooed on you.
Oh, wow. On my ass.
So what we'll
To
do,
hide the tan.
we'll get
The
it.
non-existent tan.
We'll get a color swatch, and
Yeah.
we'll work out what color we are now. I like this idea, versus what color we are come.
Yeah. We could just take the pants off, bro.
Oh, could you
right now.
Could you- it might be easier to do it. You know, when like.
Well, you just take a
do-
photo
yeah,
and then
you
do the
the little
colour
color
thing.
drop thing, and then you get
And then we'll share it on
the
Instagram.
hex code. Yeah,
We'll share the full image on
Riley's butt
Instagram.
hex code.
Oh my!
Oh yeah, our chest compared to our booties.
You guys ever see those TikToks?
No.
Where it's like, I don't go on. No, I don't do
Don't
that
see it.
shit. Where it's like,
Like the people talking on a podcast.
I hate those ones. They get a life. No, it's like there'll be like there'll be like a lake or some shit, and then like there's a painter there, and they have like a little bit of paper that like goes over the canvas, and
Yeah.
they match it to the background.
Yeah.
That's chill.
What?
It's really cool that they could do that.
It is.
Okay, how was?
Favorite colour?
Did we enjoy the trip?
Yeah, it was
Oh
good.
yeah, it was good.
Yeah. Drums. Yeah, no, I enjoyed it. We don't really hang out at the beach much. I really enjoy the beach, despite what one of the TikToks.
Yeah. Everyone was like, die. The beach is sick. And like we
Yeah.
spent like probably like 40 man hours at the beach that week, and we put on
That
TikTok
did-
saying
mate.
the beach is
Yeah.
we hate the beach.
Yeah. We'd come back from the beach and read the hate comments.
Yeah.
We were at the beach. You shared the video, and then we went back to the beach.
Yeah.
And the TikTok at the time was about it wasn't even a dislike for the beach. We were just comparing the beach versus the pool.
Yeah.
And we just basically said that the beach is a little bit more inconvenient if you live fucking 40 minutes away,
Yeah.
which is still true.
I TMZ'd it to make it seem like Jake is a beach hater.
Yeah, you really gave him that like reality TV show edit where he's the villain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I always try to do on the TikTok.
Yeah.
I'm
And you're
the
always
good-
a little
me and Luke-
angel
me-
boy.
Me and Luke Jackson are the good guys. You guys are just scum. Laughing at kids with grommets.
Oh my god.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, we're getting views, so it's all good.
Yeah, like Tom Smith sends you back TikTok edits. He's like, oh, pretty sure Jake says like got a shitty. Can't you edit that in?
Oh no, but it was good. It was good to get away. It was good to have a nice little relaxation time down at the beach.
Yep.
It was warm. It was bloody warm.
Yep.
We're getting into boogie boarding. We haven't mentioned this, but we're big on boogie boarding.
We bought some boogie boards for Christmas.
Yeah, they're actually sick. They're little, what are they called? Mumbos. They're mumbo boogie boards. We tried to surf a couple years ago. Surfing is pretty tough at the best of times, let alone when you have two knees that are built like glass.
Yeah, surfing's hard. You can't pick up surfing.
And
you
then,
have to, learn.
Yeah, you got to be like a grommet. A grommet in surf lingo is like a little,
Someone who's good at swimming.
yeah, little beach kid. There wasn't many people with grommets down at.
No.
I
actually
Well,
almost
Riley
might.
got a bit of a
Yeah, I might need
going on.
fucking grommet. Every time I enter, submerge my head in water, even in the shower, I can't hear for the next 24 hours.
Well, how do you shower at the moment?
Yeah.
You just don't.
Yeah.
No, I mean, no, it's less alright. It's alright in the shower. But like when you go in like the pool or the ocean, that's when it gets real
Maybe
bad.
something happened in the river. Maybe a little bug got
The
in.
worst, the part where it happened the worst, I was at North Coogee and Big Ed and Amir, my little, like the same size but just different heights. They were both running at me on this jetty and I had to like jump off. And my head landed in first and just all the water just went into my brain.
Is that
And I
what
just
it
couldn't hear
showed?
anything since.
Beautiful. Anyway, so we started to do a bit of boogie boarding. We really got into the boogie boarding. We took the GoPro down. There will be a video. We'll share like a bit of a
Vlog.
a little vlog of our little trip. And essentially, we were filming a fair bit of stuff on the GoPro one day. We didn't have any. We normally have like a little band on the GoPro that keeps it float.
Yeah, that thing's cool.
It broke, so that stayed at home, and we just sort of went in this handheld. It's an old GoPro as well. It's not like one of the flash new ones.
That yellow thing.
Yeah.
Oh, does that keep it floating?
Yeah. What do you
That's
think?
genius. I thought it was just to hold.
No, like the reverse end of it always stays
That's
It's
floating.
like full of air.
That's smart.
Yeah. But we didn't take that, so we just gave the GoPro to Riley and under the provision, just do not drop it. Do
The
not drop
waves were
it.
huge as well. They were probably like.
They were not huge.
Not
Did you
huge.
see
A
that?
couple
But like,
inches.
if they landed on you, you were going down, and like, Mum couldn't stand up sometimes because she was getting washed up on shore.
Yeah, Mum was drunk. So what ended up happening was
Pretty aggressive waves. That's what I'm trying
we were
to get
finishing. We weren't finished. Oh, we were actually pretty close to finishing up. We were about 5 minutes away. Mum was like, "Okay, I'm gonna head back," and we were gonna follow suit. You still had the GoPro, and you'd done well for probably an hour, 40 minutes to an hour.
Yeah, I was
holding
getting
the
some
GoPro.
cool shots of
Yeah.
me riding in these waves.
And then, as I went past, you were walking past me.
Yeah, I wanted to get a shot of like the wave crashing, and then Jake submerging out
Yeah,
of the
just
the camera
appearing.
submerging out of the water into Jake.
Instead, he just dropped the camera, and the camera ended up on the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah, and if you've ever lost anything in the ocean,
Shit's
it's
tough
gone.
to get back.
Especially when it's like waves crashing. Like there were probably like 3 seconds in between each wave, so it was like hard to, like,
That's very rapid.
yeah, it was very rough.
Okay.
But yeah, so it was like once you go down, you're like in panic mode, especially when it's a few $100 camera.
Yeah, and so we're running a mark up and down the beach. There was a lot of swearing going on.
From Jake.
We were trying to work out the current of the beach and like where this thing could have ended up. Riley had some goggles on. They got passed around because it wasn't deep water, but that was probably the worst part of it because every time the wave would crash,
Real sandy.
Gets
all the all the
Yeah.
sand would kick up and you couldn't really see anything. So we had a look. It got to like 5 minutes, and I'm swearing my head off, going, "We've lost this," and like it's been under.
It was like our
way-
first day of the trip.
Yeah, and it's been under way
Vibe
too long.
killed.
Like by this point, there's no chance we're gonna find this.
Yeah,
fucking
'cause it-
thing.
5 minutes went by.
It could be
10
you're
minutes
looking in
went
one
by.
spot on the beach, but it could be like it
It-
could be way deep in, or it could be like left or right.
Yeah,
You don't know
100%.
where it is.
Yeah.
And so we went right down the beach, like way down from where we were,
'Cause
because
the tide-
I just assumed that the actual current was
Yeah,
just going to
bring
push
it.
it down there.
Yeah.
So I'm like way away from Riley. Riley ended up running back. Taylor's looking, Mum's looking. It was a very stressful period of time. The beach prior to us losing it was full. Like, well, not full, but there was a lot of people down there.
Yeah.
And then for whatever reason, they seemed to disappear pretty quick. I don't know if it was when the swearing started
Probably.
or what went down. And we're looking, and I've given up. I literally said to Taylor, like, I stopped looking, and I'm like walking back to where you are. And I was like, nah, fuck this. It's gone. Like, it's been 10, 15 minutes by this point. There's no way we're finding this thing because it's no longer going to be where it was originally.
Yeah.
And we can't see it. Who knows where the fuck it's going?
And I decided, because the GoPro is quite heavy, so there's no way it's going to be buoyant. It sunk, like, instantly. It would have
Like a
gone to the
rock.
bottom of the floor. So I was like looking on the shore, seeing if it would wash up, because obviously I was washing up, and I would probably weigh more than the GoPro. So then,
Probably.
and then like the sand was all crashing, and there was just like a bunch of shit up on the, like, near the shore. and like the whole 10 meters into the shore. So I was like, I'm just gonna go deep, and hopefully I can see through the water a bit more.
Yeah.
And I could.
Yeah.
I could see through
Yeah,
the water a bit more.
gets way clear.
And I kept seeing like a bunch of like, what are those, like turn balls? Like those little...
Like tumbleweeds.
Yeah, tumbleweeds in the water.
Sea tumbleweeds.
And I kept like seeing them flying around, and I was like, they kind of resemblance GoPro. So I get like standing on them, but they were squishy, so they obviously weren't.
But then, all of a sudden,
Yes.
I just look over to Riley as I'm making my way back, and I'm swearing to her. I was like, oh, it's all right. Don't, like, you had it for a few
I was
years.
so stressed because Jake was like,
I was not
very
happy.
angry.
I was
And
not.
obviously it was toward me because I dropped it.
And I look at Riley, and you're just standing there, and you just cocked your head back at me and gave me this look. Keep in mind, I'm probably like 80 meters away from you at this point.
Oh, yeah.
And you gave me this look, and it was just like eyes wide open, mouth wide open, and I was like, well, that's not sort of the face you make if you've just lost someone's GoPro.
It's not the usual Riley face.
Yeah, so I was walking along the beach. I mean, walking along like a fair few meters in. I was probably like chest deep, looking through the water, like hopping around, trying to see through the crevices in the sand.
Mm.
And then I just see this black silhouette of a camera facing up. So
Yeah.
I saw the lens, and I was like, that's a fucking lens. So I just stomped my left foot on it because there were waves still crashing on me. Like, it was, the worst part was that it was so aggressive. Because if it's like a chill beach, you can obviously find whatever you drop. But it was so like crazily like smashing. And I was like, fuck, like this is, it couldn't be a worse situation to drop a camera. And I found it, and I just put my foot on it and pressed so hard down, and like these waves kept crashing on me. And I looked back at Jake, and I was like, I fucking got it. But then I was like, shit, I don't actually have it yet. I'm chest deep, and it's on my foot. Like, I have to do some still
fair bit of
maneuvers
move,
to get this shit. And after the wave crashed on me, I've put it in between both my feet, and then threw it up in the water, caught it with my hand, and threw it up in the air, and was like, I've got it, baby.
Yeah, it was a huge moment. It was literally...
But then when I was walking up on the beach, Jake came sprinting over. The waves were still crashing. So I had to like hold it on my chest for dear life.
Yeah, and I'm
I was
like
if I drop
hugging
this
him and
shit-
carrying on. It's all going to be in the vlog.
Oh, yeah.
The actual footage of you putting your foot on it is pretty incredible because
Oh, yeah.
it's facing up. You sort of see you come into shot,
The silhouette.
and then this foot just like step on it, and then from then on it's just absolute chaos and carnage because you pick it up.
And it was
And-
recording the whole time, which is crazy because like it's like me and Jake laughing at the beach, and then it's like just waves and shit and sand, and then it just turns into a foot, my hand, and celebrations.
No, it was absolutely carnage.
Like, one in a million chance to find something like that because there are so many videos on YouTube of shit. It was like lost GoPro found 8 years later and returned to the owner.
Yeah. No, it's wild.
Yeah.
You did well.
Fuck yeah.
Thank God. It really could have set the tone quite badly for the rest of the holiday.
Legit. I saved the trip. I ruined and then saved the trip within 12 minutes.
Absolutely all time.
So, boys, obviously, we've been on. You guys have been on holidays from work.
Yep.
But as a casual worker in retail, work doesn't stop.
Yeah, the grind never stops. You're there every
I've
once
been
in
working
a while.
every time. Like you guys have come off work, I've been working more shifts. So I've been on the grind, and obviously, working so much with retail and customers, you run into some funny individuals
No doubt.
in customers. There was this one moment that stood out to me. It was just a quick little interaction, and it started to make me think. So
That's rare.
I was standing. I was standing in this aisle, stocking the shelves as usual,
Mm-hmm.
and I saw it was just me in the aisle, and there was another old guy who trembled into the aisle. Stumbled into the aisle.
What's
as well.
trembling?
Trembled is like when you're scared. Like, whoa.
Well, I was after this interaction. But so he was just walking down. He's just like a sweet old man, like quite old. Wobbling.
Give us a number.
Well,
Put a number
in the
on it.
80s probably.
Okay, high 80s?
Yeah, midsies. And so he's walking through the aisle, basket in hand. Basket relatively, not all the way full, but a bit. Like he's done his shop.
Yeah.
He's walking through the aisle, and I'm in the hardware section of the shop. So there's like nails and that kind of stuff. And he
People slowly putting together the shop. in question.
and he so he was like looking at these shelves and stuff, and then he found the item he wanted, and he was a fair while away from me, but I was like looking like kind of at him. I was like, does this old guy need help? Like he was pretty short. I was like, maybe I could reach up on the shelves for him. And then he was all good. And then he walked past me, and at the moment that he walked past me, he dropped the pack of nails that he was holding.
Yeah.
And then really, really struggled to bend down and pick it up. So I went down to pick it up for him, but he just beat me to it. And then
Oh, it's just one pack. They didn't like burst open.
oh no.
Oh, yeah.
And then like he beat me to it. And then he looked up at me. We hadn't said a word yet. I just went to go help him and then failed. And then he looked up at me and said, he was like, it's hard to bend over when you got a catheter stuck up your cock. And I just fucking pissed myself and walked off because I didn't want to ask any more questions.
Yeah, it's an interesting conversation opener.
And he was like, yeah, you and me both, pal.
But yeah, for those who don't know, a catheter is it's like the little tube that they put up your urinary tract, whether it be your penis or other part. Not allowed to say that word. Anyway, put it up your urinary tract and it like gets rid of the fluid, so the piss, so you don't have to go piss, right? And he must have had one strapped to his hip or something.
Go into a pouch or something.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I didn't see, but he obviously had one up there.
Prove it.
I was like, boy, oh boy, wow, eh? And then I was thinking, well, I remember when I had my appendix taken out a few years ago, I was at the doctor.
Yeah.
And this was before I knew what a catheter was. And I finished the surgery and I went to go pee like many hours after the anesthetic and everything. And it really hurt when I was pissing, which is not a fun sensation. And I was like, oh, well, it's just the after surgery piss. Maybe that's how it is, you know. And then it like kept hurting for a few days. So I went to see the GP after. And they did like a few blood results. And I was like suspected to have diabetes for a little bit. Remember that?
Oh, yeah, I do
Yeah,
remember
that's
that.
And it was like a diabetic scare when I was 16. I was like, shit, like this could be bad. And then when I went to the GP, he was asking a bunch of questions to me and Mum. And he was like, did he have a catheter? And Mum was like, no, he didn't have a catheter. Didn't allow me any time to answer. And then he went on to ask another question. But before he asked it, I was like, what's a catheter? And Mum was like, it's where they've put a little tube up your up your dick and then it takes out the piss. And I was like, oh. And I looked back at the doctor. He was a funny little guy. He was a bit quirky. And he looked at me and said, the wonders of modern medicine. I pissed myself again. I was wondering, have you guys ever had a catheter? Any Cathys on the panel? Because it's an interesting thing, and I could not imagine the sensation.
He's on one tonight. Oh, man,
Could not imagine the sensation of a Cathy up your wang.
I don't think so. I think that's something you would remember. I've obviously had a few surgeries. I remember when I had surgery, the most recent one on my knee, and I had to stay in overnight.
Surely.
Nah, I remember like you obviously just need to piss.
As you do.
But they were giving me these weird little, I couldn't even explain. They're like little cardboard tubes. This is getting quite visual. And you just like place yourself in the cardboard tube and piss.
Hell yeah.
I felt so bad. Like I had a little nurse lady coming in and she was lovely. It's like 3 a.m. in the morning and she's like,
And you're ringing the
I know.
bell.
no, but like I'm putting these like full blown pieces of cardboard.
Overflowing, baby.
Yeah,
Like
they
actual
were-
cardboard.
They were so well. They
it
were
oozes
made out of
through.
like egg carton sort of material.
Oh, okay.
It was a full on fucking thing, and this poor woman
Is
had
it like
to
a
pick it up, and
tube?
she
Any splashback?
they give you they give you heaps of them because like you can't get up. Like, I can't walk
Yeah.
for months, let alone on the night.
And how about number doozies?
No, that didn't happen. I don't. No, I think you got to sort yourself out there.
Catheter for that one.
But I remember the chick coming in, and like obviously it's very late in the morning, and I'm like I'm on so many fucking drugs. I'm
Hell
in,
yeah.
I'm in,
Chill is.
Pop on the E.
and I'm in and out of like consciousness. But when you need a piss, you really need a piss, and so I fill up these fucking full things. But the way that they were sat, there was like 5 of them laid out on the little table next to me. They were all empty.
You got to take your pick.
They were all empty, and then I ended up filling one up. And like it was the first piss I did, so it was fucking huge.
Yeah,
Like
hell yeah.
and it nearly did overflow, like
Oh,
as I was
yeah.
doing it.
That's
Anyway,
impressive.
once you're finished, you're like, where do I put it? So I put it up on the table with the rest of them, right? And then I've sort of gone back to sleep. It's an awkward thing because you don't want to have like a conversation with the nurse because she comes in every half hour or an hour to make sure that you're still alive and check that like
Everything's
your
going
blood's
well.
not clotting and all that shit. And then, so I was like, you know how you fake being asleep and you sort of shut your eyes a bit? I did
Yeah.
that, and I
Yeah.
watched her, and she moved all of
Do you
the,
reckon they fall for that?
she moved like all of the egg carton things, And she moved 1 and she moved 2 very confidently because she thought they were empty. And then she got to the full one, and she like moved it real far, but it was like to the brim full, but you can't tell from where she was standing. And so she moved it, and all this piss just like fell out. All this piss fell out onto like basically, you know, like the hospital dinner table that you get. Yeah, just onto that. And you know, it's got like weird crevices in the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, it all just like
Why are they there?
splashed in there like a moat, like a urine moat.
She got a straw and it was just.
That's disgusting. But yeah, and
Not
it's
good,
very
though.
hard not to, because I was pretending to be asleep, but I was giggling my little heart out because this poor woman just picked up my willy juice.
She steals it. You're just like taxi.
Oh yeah,
So that was your old man story.
that's my old man story.
Okay, nice. Was there anything else?
No, but I'm intrigued to find more out of it about his penis.
All right, boys. This week we asked the people of Perth. Do you call going down south? Douth.
Hell, fucking no, bro.
You're not big on it.
No, it's so cringe.
You guys, I don't think people are
Makes
very.
my skin crawl.
I don't think people fall too closely to the what do you call that thing? The fence. Like you're either really for it or you're really against it.
It's just
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like the people who say it don't love it, and the people who hate it
really
hate it with a fiery passion.
I thought it was an ironic thing to sort of say.
Yeah, me too.
But the more we've asked the question, the more people seem quite
it's just so
legitimately say
like people
say
putting up posts. There's like a photo of them in front of the beach or like the Bunbury jetty. I mean the Dunsborough jetty, and they're just like
Bustleton Jetty.
yeah, the Bustleton jetty, and they're just like Douth. Douth was good. Douth.
It's so cringe.
Throwback to Douth. Oh! Shut up. Honestly.
Like normally I'm like, oh, you know, people can do whatever they want. I don't really care. Like,
yeah.
doesn't
Oh, yeah.
affect
I'm all
me
for
or
it.
whatever.
Like, go
I'm
for
honestly saying Douth. Like,
Do you? But like,
it's
come on.
just, it's not that hard to say down south.
Yeah,
I'm
legit.
going down south.
It's also another thing that I don't think other states do it. Like
Yeah.
in Melbourne, I don't think you're ever going Douth in Melbourne. Sydney,
Yeah,
much
I
the
like
same.
Because
Going.
in Melbourne, if you go down south, I'm gonna get this wrong, but then you're in.
Tasmania?
I think if you go too far, you end up in Tas, don't you?
Yeah, you gotta swim a bit.
Is
But
that-
you will be,
yeah.
I don't know. We don't know.
That's a
about
lot
these
of
things.
boogie
Adelaide wouldn't have a Douth.
No,
Yeah,
they got.
they're pretty low.
Yeah,
They are.
But maybe
Sydney would have
whenever
a
they go to
Douth.
the beach, they say down.
I don't think Sydney would have a Douth.
I feel like everywhere has a Douth. I mean, there's a lot of land in between these states and capitals.
Yeah, but I don't think people use it like we do because generally it's like a different city. Where in Perth, it's Perth, and then we just have
Fucking
Douth.
Douth. Yeah.
And it's such a collective term. Like, just say like,
Douth. It's where the fuck are you going?
you could go to fucking Rockingham.
could
be in Wellard, bro.
Some,
You're going
some
Douth.
people come to our house is Douth.
Yeah, legit. Fuck me.
Yeah. And also
One of the
there's
boys,
no-
James McCooey, have a look at his. His was pretty good. He put a bit of a circumference rangefinder on Douth. I can't see anything.
I don't know which one. Oh, I don't mind when it's not overused, but Douth. I don't mind when not overused, but Douth only refers to Busso, Duns, Margs, part of down south.
Yeah. So like you can't just go to Rockingham and call it Douth.
Oh yeah.
I think also what he's saying is like you can't go down to like
Kalgoorlie.
Esperance,
Yeah.
like Bluff Knoll,
Oh,
like
there's a.
real down south, like
That's not
down.
fair.
What
Like,
would you call that? Down.
oh, I just
down Douth.
down. Yeah, maybe.
Down
can't-
south.
Yeah, because if people who live in like Bosselton call it Douth, then
Oh yeah, where do you live?
then you're fucked.
Where do you live? I live Douth. And it's so
No, there
sad
was a-
because like we have the north and south debate in Perth, and we're in Douth. Like we're a part of that. How sad is that? Theoretically,
Well, no, we're not.
well,
Oh,
we're south of the
sort
river,
of,
and
yeah.
Douth is south of the river. So
Do
that
people
kinda
north of the
counts.
river call us Douth?
Oh, I hope not. They're probably better than that.
No, I don't think so, yeah.
I think they're better than that. I liked
Ben's was good.
I don't know.
Sorry.
Ben said, I
Thanks,
didn't
Jake.
even know this was a thing. Maybe that's because I live down south.
And then he said, "I just want to tell you guys that you're legends."
Which is-
Hell yeah, thanks that.
That's how you get. That's how you get your fucking name
Yeah,
read out on the podcast.
One of
Ben.
my-
Well played.
Clarky said, Well, firstly, he said, I'd rather shove my hand down my throat and rip out my own trachea than say Douth.
Oh, yeah, nice.
He said it's unnecessary. He goes,
Catheter.
You'd spend more time explaining what it means.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I'm going Douth.
And some
And then
people
you
are
go
like,
like down
it's
south.
easier, it's quicker to say. Why waste words?
Yeah.
Do
It's
better than that.
it's a no from me.
I think
It's funny, ironically.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's how I would say it.
I can't wait. We'll share some photos from our
We
trip.
went Douth.
We didn't go far. We went to Mandurah. Like, it's by no means
Oh yeah. It's
far.
not Doubt. Mum said only 48. Well, this was a while ago.
No, she
but
said OMG.
OMG, 48% of your viewers love it. What is your demographic? Mum doesn't.
Yeah,
know
I was
that.
expecting it to be way more haters.
So
Yeah.
did I.
And I think the reason why I think that it would have more haters was perfectly summed up by Megan Murray's comment. It makes you sound like a wanker,
Yep, good
which
call.
I think is just
Jackson Hayhouse said it gives off the same energy as Palmer from
Like
the Palmy
Clive
Palmer
Palmer?
debate.
Oh,
I like that
yeah, that's a good shout.
because
It's
there's one wrong and one right.
pretty location based. I feel ya.
It's
I feel ya.
Palmy and down south, not Palmer and Douth.
No,
and it also it gives energies of like people being like, oh, like I go down south so much that
Oh yeah,
I can't say the two syllables.
yeah.
I need to
Yeah.
say it as one
I need to
word.
save 10 seconds. Of my
I
life.
go Douth all the time. I basically live Douth.
Yeah.
So yeah, the results were pretty. They were pretty bloody tight. 48% of people said they love calling it Douth, and 52% of people said, "Lord, no, I would never call it Douth."
What I think was good about this poll was we didn't give any indicator of how we felt about it, even
Yeah.
though before we even posted it, we were talking shit about Douth
We're in the
Oh,
in
yeah.
the chat.
in the DMs.
Yeah.
It was popping off.
That was good. So
Yeah. So don't call it Douth. I mean, call it whatever you want, but it's just not Douth.
There's no oof
what?
up north.
Oh, up north. No. Oh yeah, people say up north, but they don't. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Oof. Yeah.
That's a good shout.
Oof.
We had what's her name? Oh, that's bad.
Here we go.
She was Adelaide in the first episode.
Maddie.
She sent in a question a couple of weeks ago. I just thought I'd let you all know if you do have any questions, if you do have any arguments that you need settled, bring them to the MacPack podcast, and we will do exactly that. We'll
Hell yeah.
share your little
Got any thoughts? You can send in a voice.
50-50 opinions.
You can send in a voice message.
Yeah, 100%. Do
Awesome.
whatever you want, but
Yeah.
ping them in, and we'll get you answers.
That's it.
Love it.
Pop it off.
All right, boys. It has been a hot minute, a red hot minute.
Yeah, baby.
But you better believe it is time for.
Oh, it's been since episode 42 it was that we last played this.
Shit,
Jeez,
that's
like
ages
26
ago. It's like
episodes
6
ago.
months.
Yeah.
It's a
Most
MacPack life hack. Sorry, I missed the go. Ready? Here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go. Come on.
Hey,
It's the MacPack
hey,
life hack.
everyone probably forgot what the MacPack
This
Live
is
Hack
some of the best royalty-free music around.
There'd be a lot of people tuning in for the first time. And even if they've listened to every single episode, I think the last MacPack life hack went for about...
Oh,
you
we
shouldn't-
thought it was?
Yeah, the last MacPack life hack went for about a minute, didn't it? And then we just wrapped it and packed it up.
Yeah, baby.
Definitely could have just missed it, yeah.
You reckon?
It was a good act, though. Nope.
MacPack life hack. I missed it again. We got to do a bit of practice with the MacPack life hack. We might have to bring a few more to the table during 2022.
Here we go. But what is the MacPack Live Hack, Jake?
Fade it down, Joey. Fade it down.
What is the MacPack Live Hack?
Well, obviously we're in the new year.
Well,
20,
what is a MacPack Live Hack?
a MacPack life hack? Essentially a life hack that comes from. You fucking guessed it.
Oh my god, guys. Good stuff. I saw those brains clicking in the car right now.
The MacPack. Previously on the MacPack podcast, MacPack life hack, we had a McDonald's. That's right. We had a McDonald's meal deal. So you got the double beef and bacon burger.
Yep.
Now by itself it was like $6, but if you put it in a small meal, it's only $5. You get small chippies, you get a small drink,
It was like $8.
and it's bloody unbelievable. No, what the small?
Originally, it was like $7.
And to get like a medium one is like $10. But if you get it in a small meal, $5, you might as well get 2 for that value.
There used to be 2 small meal options. One was $8, one was $5.
Yeah, like they're bloody idiots. Now
But
I had a look over the summer, and that one no longer exists.
yeah, I was in the cafe. What do you call it? The
Drive-through.
No, the food court at the Cass late one evening.
Okay.
After
Cass play by their
losses.
own rules as well. Just quickly, the Cass have very different prices for Subways
Really?
and for
Oh.
McDonald's meals especially. Yeah. They must put a weird
They know.
crown tax on it.
This is before you were 18, but you used to be able to pay with chips.
Did you?
Yeah.
That's sick.
That's weird.
$50 for not many frozen cokes.
But we do have another McDonald's life hack, but we'll bring that to you in the coming weeks. The one that I want to talk about at the moment, obviously we've just finished off our holidays. Joey, it's my first day back at work today. Much the same for yourself.
Yes, back from the annual leave.
Yeah, so I managed to string together, I think it was 18 days off, which was absolutely
Lovely.
delightful. Yourself obviously worked a fair bit through the period, Junior Boy.
Yeah, cuzzy.
If anything, it was probably more busy for yourself. Now, as the holiday was coming to an end, I'm beginning to think, I actually quite like this whole holiday setup, to be completely Francis with you. How the fuck can we do this again before Christmas?
Over 12 months. Or 2 MacPack life hacks away.
Plus. And it didn't take me long to work out a little MacPack life hack.
Oh, shit.
Where you can use next to no annual leave days.
Yeah, baby.
And get a genuine holiday from your workstation. Now.
Yes.
Walk us through it.
Let me read it. I've obviously got some notes. And it has been publicised a bit, but no one has quite as much reach and length and girth as the MacPack podcast. So, I just want to enlighten you here.
I'm excited for this. What's it utilizing?
While you're looking, I just want to talk about public holidays. It's funny because when you're working,
here we go.
love a public holiday because you don't have to work.
Mm.
But when you're a casual employee, you love a public holiday because you get to work.
Yeah.
Get to make that extra bang.
That's a great shout.
I would, if they were like, we'll give you twice as much money to work on a public holiday,
Wouldn't do it.
I'd be like, fuck off.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you work every day.
Because you if you're working every day, like getting a day off is way better than getting paid.
Twice.
I like it. Okay. Settle in. Grab your notebooks out. You're going to be writing a fair bit down here. Ready?
Rightio.
Now, this is around April.
Bit of suspense.
J-Mac, leaving us on the edge.
Given the viewers time to grab their pens.
Very kind.
All right, boys. You ready to go?
I am ready. I got my pen. Let's go.
Oh, this is it. Okay, this will get you. This little tack
Yep.
will get you 17 days break from work, and you only use 8 days of annual leave. All right?
Yeah. Here we go.
Lock it in. Here we go. You apply for 4 days annual leave between Tuesday, the 19th of April,
Yeah.
and Friday, the 22nd of April.
Ooh.
You obviously get the day off you get the whole weekend off, which
Yep.
is the 15th, 16th,
Yeah, because you got Good
17th.
Friday through to Easter Monday.
Correct. The 18th is Easter Monday.
Yep.
Yep.
So you've essentially, if you basically go to work on the last day is April 14. Then you
Yep.
get a public holiday, 2 days weekend, and another public holiday. Then you're at Tuesday, the 19th of April.
Yep.
Then you take that off to Friday, the 22nd of April.
Yep. So you take off 4 days on the week.
Correct. And then you obviously get Saturday, Sunday as per normal.
Yeah. Getting pretty late into April. What's that Monday?
That Monday is Anzac Day. So Anzac Day is the 25th of April. So all of a sudden you've got another
No.
little public holiday. So at this point in time, you have taken 4 days of annual leave.
Fuck.
And you've just strung together 11 days in a row
Huge.
of a break.
That's almost 3 times
Yeah,
what you get.
that's good math. Then, if you want to get a little bit, I believe that's what you've already done. You've already applied for that.
I did that this
That's
morning.
exciting. I'm going to do so very soon. I actually might go the whole hog though. This is the next bit. This is where that's my sore
He's
arm.
going crazy.
This is where arrogance gets quite elite. You've already booked. You've basically already had from the 15th of April off until the 26th.
Yeah.
Non-inclusive. Yeah, 26th will be your first day back, which is the Tuesday. I'm telling you right now, take Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Yep.
And what happens then, Joe?
So then you've used 8 days of annual leave and you've got 17 days.
Correct.
Hell yes.
It's massive
That's the way to do it.
if you're able to pull it off, because obviously you get the weekends in there, but there's a few double header long weekends where you get the Friday and then you get the Monday,
So
Love that.
which is the key. We're going to brand it as the MacPack holiday.
fuck yeah.
Obviously you get Christmas over December. This April/early May, we're calling this the MacPack holiday.
This would be perfect for me if I was in full time because I get like the birthday.
Oh,
then
true.
just weeks
Birthday's
off.
on the
It's
3rd.
Riley's birthday on April the 14th. So look at him. He's giving us the gift of not working.
You're welcome, everyone.
on his birthday. How exciting indeed.
There you go.
So, yeah, be sure to let us know if you're taking off the MacPack holiday in April.
Yeah, baby.
And we'll see if we can do a little festival of things.
Fuck yeah.
That's good. I'm glad we got to refresh on a little MacPack life.
Oh yes, we did it.
What do
Jake
we think?
struck in once again.
What do we think, boys?
With the
He's
MacPack.
saving us money on Maccas. He's saving us annual leave days. He's looking out for our wallets and he's looking out for our time at work.
What more can I say?
Oh yeah.
It's been fun.
He's a thrifter.
He's a thrifter.
I mean,
Nah, it's exciting to bring you a fantastic opportunity to get a little winter holiday in your belt.
fuck yeah.
Can't wait to see you all there.
Yep.
It is the MacPack holiday in April,
Hell yeah.
and we can't wait. All right, boys, that brings us to the end. Well, nearly the end of another MacPacker podcast episode.
Yep.
But we wouldn't finish up without presenting one of our favourite segments
Of course.
that we do each and every week. Joey, what is it?
It's our everyday hero.
Oh, that was nice,
Joey.
Joey. Good stuff.
All right, so I haven't done one of these in a while.
For good reason. You're
But
not,
after I was
you're
a
not
bit,
great at them.
after I was a bit harsh to the fan submission last week
Ooh.
or 2 weeks ago now, I thought, you know what? I'm gonna bring my A game to the table.
Nice.
I'm gonna deliver a fantastic everyday hero.
Here we go.
Now, this everyday hero goes out to a former coworker of mine. He left at the end of last year.
Yep.
Rip.
Marky Mark.
No. End of 2021.
Rest
Okay.
in peace.
So he's moved on to different things.
Rest in peace.
I'll just say his name. His name's Dan.
Dan. Dan the man. Dan Andrews.
Great guy, Dan. I don't think he listens. Not many people at work listen to the podcast.
Ooh.
But the reason why Dan is the everyday hero is Dan would just take that little bit of extra care and effort
Yeah.
to make the workplace a place where you want to be.
What would he do?
So there's just little things like he'd always come in, always say good morning to everyone.
Everyone.
Just about like walking past to his desk. Always
Beautiful.
like put in the effort to, say hi, have a bit of a quick chat.
Yep.
Always say goodbye when he leaves.
That's huge.
But they're just standard stuff. Anyone can do that. But he also went above and beyond.
It does take confidence to say g'day to every single person and then goodbye to every single person as well. Because
Yeah,
they could be in they could also be in conversations. You might have to stretch a bit. Sometimes you might say goodbye or hey, and you don't really get much back, so it's a bit awkward. But to go through that every day.
Props
it's
to the
good.
man. Props to the
It
man.
makes you feel like, he's excited to see me.
Is here, yeah.
But yeah, he did the typical workplace camaraderie stuff, but he also went above and beyond. So there are 3 things I'm going to give him a shout out for.
Here we go.
First one was
This is a long-winded.
When did this happen? When he
so
used to
it
work
was
with
over
you?
the span of his career, yeah. But now that he's left, I've sort of
Wow.
Joe's done a bit of reflecting over the break.
left to ponder. Dan was a great guy, and I think maybe I could leave this going forward. I can sort of take on some of this.
Yeah, you could become Dan the
I
man.
could become Dan.
You could be this guy.
I could become this guy.
Yeah.
Okay, these are the 3 things he did. I think you guys will love some of these.
Hopefully.
So the first one is he started his own club within the company called the Breakfast of Champions.
I like
which
it.
was it was sort of like a quarterly, every couple of months we would have
A breakfast.
we would have breakfast together.
Champions.
And it was pretty he just started it out of the blue. It's something he would talk about for ages, at lunch. At lunch he'd always be
Bloke's just real hungry.
coming up with these
Damn, I love breakfast.
crazy ideas
Wish it was breakfast.
that he would talk about at the lunch table and get people excited about work stuff. And there's one thing just to talk about, this would be cool, but he actually
He
got shit done. So we
Nice.
had the
Yeah.
Breakfast of Champions, which everyone in our section of the business would come and not everyone obviously, because you can't have 100 people at a breakfast table.
Yeah.
But everyone who could make it came, had breakfast.
That's huge.
Yeah, there were the partners and stuff would come, so pretty high ups in the company.
How old's Dan?
Dan's I think 41.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's not just like a youth
Yeah.
like
yeah.
yourself.
No, yeah.
He's established.
So that was his one thing, starting the Breakfast of Champions. But,
Breakfast of Champions still going on?
there hasn't been one in a while.
You should
but
do
was
it.
It
sort of
sounds like there's a real position there then, Joey, to
Joey?
sort of step
Well,
up to
I
the plate, you
actually-
big championess.
I actually did organise the last one.
Oh,
I was
did you actually?
Holy
Unable to make it on the actual day because I was
we nearly did a full app.
I was
We nearly did it.
Fuck.
because I was unwell.
Yeah.
And there was I think it was when there was a bit of a COVID scare going on, so I can't show up unwell. And then the next 2 things. Now these things are things he put into motion months before.
Okay.
but only sort of came into because he went on leave for a little bit before he left.
Did he use like a
Yeah.
similar life hack? Did he do an 8-dayer and
A
just
bender.
disappear for 3 months?
So the first one was we have this a little room. It's got like counters all around.
Okay.
Where we have our my team in the office. We have our Friday meetings in there. It's kind of a chill room.
yeah.
And Dan was like, you know what? He goes, he's like, this could be like a really nice like Zen space where
Yeah.
we could hang out, come and chill out. And he was like, we should get beanbags there.
He's
And
trying to be Google.
He tried, yeah, basically. But he was like trying to get. He was like, oh, can I get this approved so we can have beanbags in this room or whatever?
Yeah.
Trying to get
But
the
there's a lot
company.
of like red bureaucratic red tape you got to go through to get these like random expenses for like just
Yeah,
a
for
room.
hanging out. Yeah.
Yeah, so one day he just bought beanbags.
Himself.
Yeah, he bought beanbags himself at lunch. Him and one of the other guys from my team went to like Maya or like Kmart or wherever, and then they just set them up in
How many beanbags?
just 2. They're like quite big. Oh, maybe there's 3 actually.
Okay.
But yeah, it
One
was
for
it was
himself
such
and
a.
another person.
King
Although-
beam. It's just way bigger than everyone else.
The day they were setting it up, it looked like it was snowing though in the room because
Oh.
there was beanbag
Oh,
things
real?
whenever. They were also like all down like St George's Terrace.
Oh shit.
I don't reckon Dan likes doing much work.
I don't
That's
reckon-
what I'm
I
getting.
don't reckon Dan left. I reckon Dan got asked.
Yeah. And then even like so like the cleaner guy had to come and clean up the beanbag, so Dan bought him a bag of lollies
The
from.
Cleaner has his own podcast where he does
From-
pots, but he doesn't do a hero. He goes an absolute anti-hero.
Oh yeah.
Dan also won that a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, and he like bought him like a big bag of lollies from the vending machine. I was like,
The
sorry.
Cleaner.
Yeah, because
Oh.
he felt bad about spilling the bean. Pardon the pun.
Nice.
And then the last thing.
Dan's loaded.
Yeah,
That's what I'm getting here.
and then one of the last things was this one was a bit sad because I don't think he ever actually got to use it. It was brought in while he was on leave, and now he doesn't work there anymore.
Oh.
But on our lunch, the floor where we have lunch,
Yeah.
he was always saying like, "Oh, we should have like a ping pong table here.
This bloke hates
We
work.
should have a ping pong table." And he was like emailing like execs and like the directors and stuff, being like, how can we get a ping pong table? He's like, because he used to work in the Canberra office. He's like, Canberra had all this cool stuff, and we don't have any of that. So he was a little bit jealous. But yeah, he got the ping pong table. It was
Yeah.
arranged. Now there's a ping pong table, and then people play ping pong at lunch.
Oh yeah.
And it's just every time you see 2 people out there having
Playing
fun,
pong.
bonding, I just think about.
Do you ever play? Try's pretty good.
I played a couple. Yeah, but it's one of those things where like you don't want to look like you're trying too hard at work.
I would slam the shit out of her. bro.
So Dan, was he forcefully removed from the building, or
No, so he just wanted to do other things, basically.
Fun
I
stuff.
believe. I don't know if it's. Yeah, more. You just sort of.
less work,
He owns a bounce.
more hobbies?
No, but yeah, he. Yeah, so he.
So what does he do now? Nothing.
Not actually sure.
You still got him on LinkedIn?
It's still going on link. No, he doesn't have social media.
Oh, very
He's
cool.
an enigma. This
Yeah.
guy, I don't reckon he was ever an
His
employee.
name's
I
not Dan.
reckon he
bro.
just strolled in.
Let's have some fun, guys.
Yeah, he's a really, really fun guy, and I think like, just the fact that there are these things that he brought into place
yeah.
That
while he
live
was in
on.
the company that they live on.
Yeah.
The ping pong table is just like a prime example of that. It's like that saying where they say you should plant trees that you won't be able to sit in the shade of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should organize ping pong tables that you ain't never gonna.
You're never gonna
So
pong.
Dan's gone, but Dan's not really gone. Is
The
he?
spirit lives on.
The spirit of Dan lives on. Dan reminds me a bit of Jesus Christ, and I think there's a clear period where at your workplace that we're gonna forever consider as BD, which is before Dan, and then
AD.
AD, which is after Dan.
Oh, yeah.
So shout out to Dan because he is episode 68.
Yeah.
Every day. Hero. Well
That's
done,
a-
Danny.
That was a good one.
All right, boys, we're done.
Yeah, baby.
Pack her up, boys. We mentioned off the top, the website is now live.
Hell yes.
We've already had a few people get in contact and pick up some shirts.
Yep.
A few people checking it out.
Yeah, check out. The website isn't just a website. It's like an experience.
It is. It's got like a whole bunch
is.
of our podcast episodes on there, which I'm sure if you're listening, you'll be well and truly wrapped. your
Shit
head around.
about the pack, the origin story of the pack.
And we're going to do some more stuff around like our lives. So we'll do like little monthly blogs if we ever get time.
Oh, yeah.
So that's pretty exciting. But at the moment, we've got a little competition. I'm not sure how many of the listeners follow us on Instagram, but if you jump on our Instagram page at the MacPack Podcast, there
Follow
are
that up.
full stops between the words. Jump on. There's a tile where we basically announced the website was up and about. If you tag your mate, you get an entry. You basically win some MacPack merch. You win a shirt for yourself and a shirt for a mate of yours. So make sure you're tagging your mates in the comment section. If you subscribe to the mailing list, you get 5 votes or 5 entries. And then if you actually buy a shirt from the website, you get 10.
Is the mailing list you just upload your email?
Yeah, you just punch in your email, you get 5 votes immediately.
There you go.
5 entries immediately.
Not bad.
Go in the running to win some MacPack merch. And the MacPack merch is absolutely flying off the shelves, which is quite exciting because I was a bit worried that it was just going to sit in my room. But no, it's going actually going quite well. We will definitely be putting in new stock. We've got more stuff that is on its way.
We're getting like DMs every day of people wearing the merch.
Which is fantastic. We should probably share more of that shit. But we do have more merch coming, which is already in the pipeline. And then we're going to obviously do a winter range as well with some sweaters, some beanies, some socks and whatnot.
How do you win 10 entries into the raffle, Jake?
Yeah, that's if you buy a shirt.
Oh.
Yeah, so if you go on, buy a shirt, then you get 10 entries.
Fuck, that's not bad.
And then you can hook up your friends. You can sell them to your friends.
There you go.
There you go. The more you know.
Hook up with your friends.
Boys, it's been an absolute pleasure to sit next to you for another week of the MacPack Podcast.
It always is. Wait, boys, I reckon like,
Oh, here we go.
should we get some ping pong tables in here or what?
Yeah.
For Dan. For Dan.
Could be on and a beanbag. Maybe we sit on beanbags.
For Dan. If you haven't already, there's obviously like a fair few ways you can get in contact with the MacPack Podcast. The best way to be involved, I'm going to say, is reviews on Apple Podcasts.
Hell yes.
If you ping in a 5-star review and write a little review, that would be fantastic. We'll read out I think we've read out every single one of them. I want to get some funny ones in there. So if you think you're funny, or if you don't think you're funny, you just want to be like a smart aleck, 5 stars, punch it in there. We'll read them out each and every week.
Do you know what's crazy about Spotify as well, Jake?
They do rankings as well.
They do rankings
They
as well.
do.
So if you're a listener on Spotify,
Yeah, if you're a listener on Spotify, just give us stars. They don't do reviews; they just do the stars. But if you actually want to be shouted out, make sure that you jump to Apple Podcasts and we'll read out your review.
I think there's one thing you forgot to mention about the competition.
Yeah.
If you win, you also will be
shit.
invited on to be a phone guest star of
100%.
the next episode.
Yep. So if you are the winner of the competition, we will call you on the next episode and you'll actually feature on the episode of the MacPack Podcast that will come out
holy sheesh.
next Friday. So consider yourself a very lucky bastard, or what's a woman version of bastard?
Bastard.
I don't know. Maybe you can tell us next week when you're on the podcast.
There
Boys,
you
it's
go.
been an absolute pleasure until we do so. This time next week, with hopefully a fan.
Ooh.
Stay safe, stay blessed, and always remember to...
Go give your mama a hug.
It's ciao for now, but not forever.